What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to build a multi-agent system. After this video, you'll be able to access all of your separate workflows with just one agent. I'll be doing a live build of a personal assistant, which will also be free for you to download. Alright guys, so this is the workflow that we're getting into today with a multi-agent system. So this will be the main agent, and we will then go into the sub-agents, which will be the calendar, Gmail, contacts, and LinkedIn comment agent. The main purpose of this system is just so that we don't have all of these different workflows within our main workflow with the AI agent. This way everything stays clean and the agent doesn't hallucinate or anything like that. So I will show you a demo right here of how it works. So this is actually set up to Telegram. So let's just go through some of these, and in this tutorial you'll learn how to build a multi-agent with and then sub-agents along with it, but you also get to build out this personal assistant agent that I've been using, and so that's the benefit of building this as well. So let's try out some of the tools here. So let's just do a quick Google search. Let's see, when is the next UFC event? Boom, we'll just execute this just so you can see how it's operating here. So our AI agent is doing a Google search right now and using Open Router as well. Okay, the next UFC event is UFC Fight Night featuring the main card, Hill vs. Roundtree. So I know that that is the next UFC event, so that works. So that's also just another great tool. You don't have to always switch over to Google. You can just have this Telegram open and it does everything for you. There's no need to open or have a bunch of extra tabs open. It takes a lot of time opening tabs all day, so let's do a calendar event. Book me in a calendar event for tonight at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. for a haircut. And we'll execute this again. It is using the calendar tool right now. Open Router. Okay, I booked your haircut appointment for tonight from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So let's actually head over to my calendar. And there you go. So this is today, June 19th, and there's my haircut appointment. Now this can be set up and customized however you want, but this is just a base example of how we're going to use these sub-agents within our multi-agent. So let's try another, just so you see what you're actually going to build before you build it. We'll use the Gmail, and we'll ask what the latest email was. So we'll do this up here, just because I've already done it. What is my latest email? So I've sent myself an email from another email account that I have, and let's execute this. And so it's gonna, I've already tested this here, but so it actually just pulled my latest email. So as you can see, right from here, Jordan Lee, hey, what's up? Want to get a coffee tomorrow? Let's go ahead and respond to that. Yes, sounds great. I'll see you tomorrow. Send that, execute. And it should send an email off right now. And if not, we're going to fix it live. It's a live demo. Here we go. I sent the email to Jordan confirming that you'll see them tomorrow for coffee. Let's see if that worked. There we go. So yeah, 0 minutes ago. So yes, sounds great. I'll see you tomorrow. So that's sent off. So that is confirmed. Let's go for contacts. Create me a new contact. And this is good for really all the Google tools. If you're like using Google Workspace, I keep all my stuff in Google. So let's see, create me a new contact, Tom Smith 12@gmail.com. His number, give him a fake phone number here, and the company, we'll say Tom's HVAC. Let's execute this. Contacts, it does not work. Let's see why. It seems there's an issue with creating the contact for Tom. You might want to manually add this contact. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's go and have a look at it real quick. We're just going to do it live and figure it out. So it was working a minute ago, but let's just go ahead and figure it out. Let's see here. Okay, so there's the issue right there. We need to fix this and add it, and add a query to it. So it's the contact agent. So it's in chat input. So what we're gonna do is go JSON, and this is good for you guys to see because this will be a part of the future builds here. So we're just going to add a query. What I do here, if it doesn't take the input, is I just go query, and I execute the step. There we go. And then now we can pull in the query into the agent. And usually I go back and do accept all data, but it's not working right now. So let's go ahead and try this again. Let's go ahead and try this again. Oops. That wasn't my message. I wanted to create a new contact. This is what I wanted to do. Executing workflow. Okay, seems like it worked. I've successfully created a new contact for Tom Smith. Now let's go and check our contacts. Let's see, we got Tom Smith. Tom Smith, there he is. Now, I don't know how to scroll over. Tom Smith, 343-4057, Tom's HVAC, there you go. So contacts created, and that's that. Let's do a LinkedIn comment agent. So this just takes a LinkedIn post and actually like accepts your tone of voice, and you don't always have to tell ChatGPT how you want it to answer. So this is just something that we'll go. First, we're going to add in Supervisor Donna. That's what we're going to name our main agent. And what we're going to need is a agent. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to add a telegram trigger. Or for now, we'll just add a chat trigger. Keep it simple. Keep it very simple. Boom. Next, we're going to need a brain for our model, so we will use Open Router. For this, you need to have an Open Router account and create a new credential if you haven't done that already. Once you have in the brain for your model, the brain for your agent, excuse me, we'll add a simple memory just so it can recall our conversations. From here, we will get the simplest tool, which is a calculator. Okay. From here, we're going to add SERP API, which is that Google tool that you saw me using before. Now this also, you need to just go to, let's see here, what is it? SERPAPI.com, and then go over and create yourself a new API key. Once you've done that, you're going to create your new credential, enter your API key in here, and you will have access to Google. just as if you were to do a Google search. Now what we're going to do is actually create the sub agents for our main agent. So what we're going to want to do here is open up a new workflow. Here, the first one we're going to build is a Gmail agent. And I'll put a couple dashes here just so it doesn't get mixed up in the bunch. First, what we're going to do is add a executed by another workflow trigger. And we will add an agent here. Boom. Next, we'll grab ourselves a brain, not a brain, typing what I'm thinking here. Open router chat model is what we need. We'll go, let's go 4.0 mini for these. All right, next, well, just, we don't need a simple memory for these, but what we do need is some Gmail tools right here. We'll add in a few. This one, we can go make it a get many, and that's exactly what we're going to label it up here. Second one will be a, let's see, what do we need? What do we need? We need to send. So lay that out. Send tool. And the next we could add, we need one to reply. One to reply, and we'll also add one to delete. Okay. Now let's get into some of the settings here. So we've got our brain. Okay, let's get into the get many. So on the get many, what we're going to want to do is set the limit to 5 just so it doesn't waste any tokens or anything like that. And then simplify, I will just let the model define that. And that is pretty much it for the get many. Next, what we're going to check out here is the send. And what we're going to do is we're just going to let the AI define all of this. We're going to switch the email type to text, and then the message, we're going to let the model define that as well. One option I want to change here is the append N8N attribution, and we're just going to turn this off. This way, when we send an email, it doesn't have that phrase at the bottom that says it's sent by N8N. We don't want people knowing that it's sent by AI. And then at the bottom here, I just add my name just to give it a little something there. Reply, let's see here. Reply, I added another one here. So for the message ID, same thing. We will let AI define that. Email type, we're going to change to text, and the message, we're also going to let AI define that. Same thing goes here. We will remove the N8N attribution, and we'll just add our name down here. Okay. Delete, we'll do the same thing. We will just let the AI define that. Okay. Also, for all these, you are going to need to set up a Gmail OAuth through GCP. I have a video on that, so you guys can go and watch that. But you just need to create a new credential, enter your client ID, client secret, and then you'll have access to all your Gmail and all your Google tools. So let's save this. And now we have the Gmail agent here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add another tool right here, and we're going to call N8N workflow tool. Now we have to find our Gmail agent with the 2 dashes, because that's the one we just worked on. And what we're gonna say here is call this tool to complete any Gmail related actions. Okay, so now what we're telling the main agent to do is don't perform any tasks related to Gmail in this workflow. If there are any tasks that need to be completed, then we're gonna send it over to this tool, okay? That way nothing gets mixed up and no tasks actually get completed within this workflow. So keep everything separated and nice and clean. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to want to do is create a calendar agent. So we're going to open up, we're going to save this so we don't lose everything. We're going to save this agent as well. And actually, one thing I did forget, let's complete this. So you need to come over, so this is the Gmail agent. We have to define using JSON and delete everything up until number 2, okay? And we're just gonna leave this and add in query and query. This will just allow our agent to talk to this sub agent. We're gonna execute that step. You got the query here. And now you see we're not really receiving anything. So what we're going to do for the agent is define below, pull this query in. Okay, we're going to save this. And now let's actually test this before we move on to the next workflow. Okay, so let's open up our chat here and see if the Gmail agent works. So, hey, first of all, let's see here. Yes, everything's connected. Everything's connected. All right. Hey, what is my base email from Jordan? Let's see. Just going to use the same examples as before. It's connected to all of my Google tools anyways. So same thing as before. Hey, what's up? This sounds great. I'll see you tomorrow. So that's my latest email. Oh, it's telling me my response. Okay. And let's go send an email to media@gmail.com. Say, hey, at 8 p.m. Let's just see if it'll actually send an email for me. The email has been successfully sent to Jordan Lee's Media. Let's actually check this right now. Let's go to sent. Tomorrow. Okay guys, yeah, there we go. So now you guys can't see it down here, so I'll bring this up here. So as you can see, there it is. We just sent that 0 minutes ago. Hey, let's meet up for coffee tomorrow at 8 p.m. You see it has no N8N attribution. It actually didn't sign my name off on the bottom, so that's maybe something we can work on. But anyways, that worked. So there we go. We got our first Gmail agent tool. And so you can really apply what I just showed you to any tool that you want moving forward. But we're just going to go ahead and build out this entire rest of the automation that we have. So next what we're going to do is build out another separate workflow, and we're going to name it calendar agent. Give it a couple dashes just like the other one. And same thing goes here, guys. When executed by another workflow, we're going to switch this to define using JSON. And let's actually just do this right off the bat here. Okay. So we'll delete this again all the way up till number 2. Okay. Query. And query. Siri's talking to me in the background. Query and query, execute the step. Boom, there we go. and we'll go define below and pull in that query. And now we can actually pull the input from our supervisor agent through that. Same thing again, open router, set up your account there. Don't need a memory. What we do need now is a Google Calendar tool. And let's go one by one here now. So we're going to set this manually. And actually we could just leave that automatic. So we'll go events. First thing we're going to do is get many. And like I said before, you need to set up your Google Calendar for this and all your Google auth. But once you have that there, you'll actually be able to find your email address right here. And I just use my personal. And then for the after before, I just let the AI define it. And I will actually go return all, and I will let the AI define it as well. Now return all after and before, and that is it for get many. So next thing we're going to do, if I could grab the system here, we got get many, so we're going to add in another Google Calendar tool. And the next one we're going to do is create. We're going to add my email, start and end. We're going to leave. We're going to let the AI define that, excuse me. Default reminders, we're going to set that with AI. And then we just have to do some additional fields here, which will be the attendees, okay? So for the attendees, you just want to add yourself here, just so whenever a meeting is added, you were added definitely to that calendar event, okay? And then also what I like to add is the location, right? And we'll let AI define this. Luckily now, guys, we can actually just let AI define most of it, other than some specific settings that you want to customize, okay? So let's actually rename these just to keep it organized as always. So get many, and this we will type in create there. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a delete. I always do that. I always type in the tool that I want before I actually have the tool. Okay, so let's grab a delete here. Just in case we want to delete the event, this one's super simple, right? You're just gonna let AI define it, and let's see here, boom, message ID, boom, Gmail. And next, guys, we're going to add in another Google Calendar. This time we're going to add a delete. Same thing, add my email, and for the event ID, we're just going to let AI define it, okay? That one's pretty simple. Next, I love when the delete gets in the way. Next, we're going to add a update, just in case you need to switch anything over. So update, same thing, let AI define most of it. Default reminders. And for the update, let's just add a couple different things here. So we will add an end. We will also add location. We're going to also add a start and a summary. And you guys can add whatever you like here, whatever you feel like you're going to be updating and telling the AI to update. And I just set that all with AI, okay? So boom, we've got our update here. And now we have our get many, create, delete, and update Google Calendar tools, okay? So let's get over to the main agent, and we're going to add ourselves another N8N workflow tool, and same thing here, call this tool to complete any Google Calendar related actions. Type in calendar agent and we'll select that, and then we'll let AI define the query. And that's just because the reason that's popping up is because we actually set this here. I don't think it did for the other one because we didn't have it set yet. But now that we have this, let's save this. Let's save our calendar agent. That's saved. And let's ask it something. Also, guys, I just want to point out before I get too deep into it, these separate agents, once we go live with it, the main agent we're going to have active, but these separate work tools, you can't actually make them active. They just stay inactive, okay? But they are still active within this workflow. They get called on. So let's change this to our calendar agent. All right, everything's set here. Save that, and let's bring over my Google Calendar. And let's book in an appointment for lunch at 1 to 2 p.m. Book me an appointment from 1 to 2 p.m. today for lunch with John. Let's see if our calendar agent works. Seems like it. Your lunch appointment with John has been scheduled today from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. Excuse me. If you need any changes, let me know. Let's check if it worked. Oh, did not work. We're going to set that with AI, and we're going to ask it again. Set me a calendar event from 1 to 2 p.m. for lunch with Tom. All right, let's see. Let's see. It says it scheduled it. Is it lying? Yes, it is lying. Okay, guys, so I'm actually glad that this happened live, but this is actually one of the big issues I had with any of these other tools is just this calendar agent. And it actually took me a while to figure out, but it just happened to me again and I completely forgot. But so basically what we need to do is what was happening is my calendar it was booking in like October 2023. So the date was completely wrong. It wasn't booking, but as you can see now, I just got it to book from 1 to 2 p.m. So what I did was I still did the same query here, like I did accept through JSON and then query, and then still accepted JSON.query here. But after that, I just accepted all of the data here, and then the input worked. And like even for this one, right, I just did the query and it worked, the input worked, so you could do it either way. But what happened was I came over and I just switched all of these settings. So what you're going to need to do is just switch all of your settings from the default to wherever you're from. So that's what I do in all these different workflows. So I did it in the supervisor, I did it in the Gmail, and I did it in the calendar also in settings. So I switched the time zone, and then for the supervisor Dawn, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but so you're going to want to come to the system message, right, on the main system, and you're going to want to enter this. So with this, it'll actually give it the current date and time, so it tells it the year and the time, and this is just the basic system message. You're an AI agent, your job is to call all these different tools, etc., etc. So just copy that in. And just on top of that, with the calendar agent, I do the same thing. So I add a system message in the agent, and I add this. And the most important part of this is the current date and time, right? So now it knows it. And I also just add all of this stuff. I tweaked it over time, and you can copy this and just enter this in and tweak it how you like. But the most important part is this with the date right here. So, excuse me, didn't need to do that. And now, when I come back over to my main agent, for work and a tea. Book me an appointment tonight for work and a tea. How about that? How about a work and a tea? All right. Now, if this doesn't work, well, no, it's going to work. I tested it. Work and tea is 7 to 8 p.m. Okay, so there you go. So you have to switch the different time zones in all of your separate workflows, and then also add the date and time, especially for a calendar agent. The other tools doesn't matter as much, but and we also have the date and time within the main agent also. But I think, you know, for a calendar, you're going to want to add that as well. So we've got our calendar agent. I also like to rename the agents here. So rename this, and what will be next? All right, guys, so next we're going to add another call N8N workflow tool, and this one will be for contacts, all right? We'll go call this tool for any contacts related action. And now we need to build that. So we'll save this, and then we will create another workflow. Okay. And let's bring this over here. Workflow automation. And we'll name this contacts. And same thing here. When executed by another workflow, we're going to define it, and we'll add query in both of these fields, right? Add an agent to this, okay, and give it a system message. You are an AI agent that deals with contacts. Okay. Define below, pull in that query. All right. Now, give it a chat model here, and we'll go for, let's just do 4.0. We'll just do 4.0 mini. That's really all we need for these ones. Don't need a memory. Now what we do need is a few different contacts tools. So we will go get many, and the settings we're going to do for this is we're going to limit this to 5. We don't want to waste tokens, so we'll just do that. And then here you're just going to want to add in what you're actually going to be searching for. So email addresses, that's what we're going to search for, names, right? And just select these as you go. Phone numbers, events. I don't know why I'm not sure why it does it twice, but addresses, organizations, so that's companies. And there you go. So get many contacts set automatically, limits to 5. The query we will let the AI define, and we'll leave raw data as it is. All right. And the next, we will another contacts tool. And this one will go create, and we will go family name and given name. We'll let the AI do that. And if we're going to want to create some contacts here, we're going to add in some addresses, things like that. So we'll go street address, city, country code, postal code, sure. We'll go home, and we can also add in, what else can we add in here? We'll add in a company, add a company, let's just let AI define everything. I don't need two companies. Add a field. What else? We'll add in a phone. And we'll go home, and then we'll let the AI define that. So we got phone, company, addresses. We'll do email addresses. So just emails. Add email. Type home. Value. Let the AI do that. And we're on to the next one. Customize that as you will. Same thing here, another Google Contacts tool. This time we're going to go with an update, okay? And in the update, we're going to go contact ID. We're going to let the AI define that. And fields, we're also going to let the AI define that as well. We'll go update. And what do we want to update in the contacts? So let's see what we can add here. Pretty much the same thing as before. We'll go addresses. Sure, let's, all right. And then same thing, we'll add company, phone, email. So same thing here, guys. Email, doesn't matter what order you do it in. Just do it. Okay. Let's add another one here. We'll go company. Add in this company here. Where did that go? There it went. Company, we'll go name, title, domain, sure. And then what are we missing? Emails, company, addresses, we're missing phone. So we got the phone here. We'll go home, and then value, we'll just let the AI figure that out as well. Okay? And just, I know this is a bit tedious, but you want to be able to delete contacts too, right? So go operation, delete, and then contact ID. We will just let the AI define that. So that one's pretty simple as well. So let's rename these and then try and get something to work in this workflow here. Okay, update, create, delete, and search. Got our open router. Let's name this to the contacts agent. We'll save this. JSON.query. Chat model subnode must be connected and enabled. So contacts, and we'll go dash dash, just so we can find it in our main agent here. And let's look for it now. Contacts dash dash, there it is, query. We will let AI define that, save it, and let's see if it is going to work for us. Can you create a contact? 343, just give it a random number here. And let's give it, sure, we'll go with that for now. Okay. All right, accessing our contacts tool, which is this tool right here. Okay. The contact for Jenny Smith has been successfully created. Here are the details. Let's check our contacts and see if it worked. Give it a quick refresh. And there we go, jennysmith33@gmail.com. And you guys can talk to the main agent and update it as you want and keep creating contacts. But right here we have the email, phone number, and you can add the job title if you want as well. And yeah, customize it as you will. But let's move on here. That is pretty much all of the tools. I will do one more tool that's just a LinkedIn comment agent. I'll have a separate video on this. But this one's super simple, so let's just get it done. And then this workflow is pretty much built, guys. So let's do one more here. So this will be the LinkedIn comment agent. LinkedIn comment agent. We're going to use this tool for any LinkedIn comment related actions, and that is that. Save that, and let's build this LinkedIn comment workflow. Let's see here. LinkedIn comment agent is a fairly simple workflow. All it is a executed by another workflow trigger. Same thing here, and then it'll be an AI agent, and we'll give it a pretty decent system message with a open router chat model. And I'm just going to get this system prompt here so we don't have to retype it. So this is the system prompt that you're going to give it, which is: you are an insightful LinkedIn engagement specialist who crafts thoughtful comments on posts. Your comments should be very human-like, be concise, use natural language. So what I did here was just program it so that it doesn't give AI responses as much as possible. And also you can just tailor this to how you want the responses to come out. But I found with this, it took me a bit of customizing, but over time it got better. And so at least it can give you an idea, or actually it can give you a pretty good LinkedIn comment anyways. So if you're looking to up your LinkedIn comments, then I would use this. So enter in this system prompt, system message right here, and LinkedIn comment agent, we got that. So now we're going to do the same thing that we always do and add in query into this JSON example. Query, execute this. There we go. Bring that in, and simple as that, guys. So let's save this and come back over to our main agent. I'm actually going to just pull up my LinkedIn here. Seems like I'm signed out. Let's try and sign in quick for you guys. Okay, let's just find a random LinkedIn post. Okay, let's just take the full one here. That's a job posting. So I want to share a stable job in crypto. I get this all. Stability in Web3 doesn't look. Okay, let's just take this, keep it simple, and something about crypto. We're going to copy this over, and first we're going to connect this database. LinkedIn comment agent. Let's add a couple dashes. My mistake, guys. Add in a couple dashes there. Let's see if it's here now. Let's refresh this page. I was just checking if the camera was still recording. That would have not have been good. LinkedIn comment agent, and we're going to do the AI for the query again. And now let's see if this works. Help me with this LinkedIn comment. Okay, all right, it's accessing the LinkedIn comment agent. Let's see, here's a thoughtful comment you can use on the LinkedIn post. I don't like that dash there. Usually it doesn't give those, but anyways, we'll roll with it. I really like that perspective. Stability in crypto is more about the team's cohesion and transparent planning than traditional job security metrics. So I know just based off looking at it that it's within the same context. So I like it. It gives you an idea, and you could probably just post with that, honestly, if you took out that one dash. But one thing before I go, guys, just to give you a reminder, is to remember to change your time zones on all of these different sub workflows. And in this system message here, you can see that I have the tools listed, right? So the tools are calendar, contacts, Gmail, Google search, calculator, and I'm actually missing one. So this is a good example, but I'm going to add in the LinkedIn comment agent and just enter in the different tools that you have here. So it makes the main agent, it gives it an easier time to find these different tools and agents. Hope you like this video. Please leave me some video ideas down in the comments below. And as always, I will be leaving the free template down in the description below for you guys to download. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.